Hello, world. This is your girl, Asia Towns, and you are currently listening to The Culture. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm so happy to be here and there, wherever you are. If you at the house, I told you I'm there. If you at the gym, I'm there with you. Thank you for tuning in. Um, Today, I'm going to get right into it. We are going to talk about mental health in the black community. We're going to talk about why blacks are more likely to experience serious mental health problems than the general population. We're going to talk about, what are things that some of us that are around others can see and help and how we can help. Um, Basically, I think a lot of like mental health problems and suicides and things like that are coming to uh, more of the light in the more recent years as far as in the black community, because I feel as if we are strong. We're very strong. We were strong when they was beating on our backs. That we were strong when we was, getting ridiculed. Everything that was going on with us, we've been strong, and I feel that's been sort of a reason why a lot of us, oh, I'm cool. I'm good. I got the Lord on my side, which is true. However, you know, you need help. We need help. And I'm going to talk about how I feel like in the black community, we're ignorant to mental health and how serious it is. Um, it's real. It's not a joke. It's something that, it affects a lot of us, and then a lot of us don't want to speak about it because we're ashamed, or we're scared, or we don't want to be judged, or we don't want to be ridiculed for saying I need some help. We need help, and I think a lot of us need to really pay more close attention into us ourselves, um, and to really try to help versus ridicule and judge and someone make fun of and be ignorant about. It's not a joke. Taking your life because you feel inadequate, or you feel less than, or you're stressed, or you feel like you can't take the pressure. It's very serious. It's very serious, and it's very unfortunate that so many of us have felt that way. Um, that we can't reach out to someone, or we can't ask for help, or seek, real help for our issues. Mental illness is just like, you know, if not more serious than a heart problem. Honestly, in my opinion, I think it's very serious. Just like how certain people have to take, medicines and things for their heart, some of us need to take medicine for our mind. It's not everything is all there. Things have occurred that have traumatized us, um, and it's very real, and it's something not to take lightly. So I have a few statistics to share, from a few different places, professionals. I'm not just coming up with these. This is real life. You understand what I'm saying? So according to the Health and Human Services Office of the Minority Health Association, blacks are 20% more likely to experience serious mental health problems than the general public. And they're also more likely to go on with a mental illness and a mental problem without seeking help. And that's unfortunate, but it is real. And that's something that we need to take a look at. And I am here to educate us and to enlighten us on this major issue. Uh, Blacks are also more likely to experience certain factors that increase the risk of developing a mental health condition, such as homelessness, major exposure to violence. Um, these are all things to consider. So, boom, those are things to, take heed. But you know what? As I sit here and I had a show planned, and I had everything all together and everything, and wrote out, oh, these are points that I'm gonna attack. As I sit here and talk about everything, I feel like I wanna help somebody. um, because I too have struggled with mental illness as far as like depression. I remember attempting to kill myself um, when I was 12 years old. I was so depressed. I was uncomfortable in my own skin. I didn't want to be who I was physically and emotionally. I struggled with myself. I struggled with being overweight. I struggled with feeling as if I was ugly and less than. Um, it was a tough time for me. I was admitted into a psychiatric ward at 12 years old, and feeling those feelings of just wanting to die is unexplainable. It's very, it's real. I dealt with it, and for years to come, I had dealt with. Um, I was diagnosed with, excuse me, clinical depression, and I had an anxiety disorder. At the age of 12, it's crazy because at 17, I was re-diagnosed. 17 or 18, I was re-diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder um, because of me attempting to take my life. And then at the time, I had a major surgery, that was like life-threatening and things like that. And I was really, really sick. And I went through this things all as adolescence, and before I had my first son, I struggled with a lot of things. And weight was fluctuating, going up and down due to these disorders, and feeling like I don't want to get up out of bed, every day. And it was it I felt like it controlled me. It controlled who I was, and I felt like I became that. Um, After 12, I didn't really, when I became an adult, like 18, after they told me that, I didn't really seek out for help, so to speak, because I was like, oh, no, I'm good, I'm gonna get through this. I got this. And I I felt lost. I felt lost. I lost a lot of things, material and friends and an ex and all that. I lost that when I was going through that because I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to be to be open about it because you don't want to be judged. It's really taboo in the black community. Even now sharing it, and I don't know how many people has listened to this, is real. And I just pray that me opening up to my people, all of you, that maybe you're going through something that you're afraid or ashamed of, that you feel like you can't speak about. Um, but I'm here to tell you that it's okay to not be okay. And it's also okay to say, listen, I'm not well, I don't feel good, and it's not my stomach or my head or my back, or anything else. I'm not okay. Something isn't right. I don't feel like myself. And the strength in that is to understand and realize, boom, something I'm not feeling like the typical Asia. I'm feeling a little different. I'm feeling a little down, a little less than my fabulous self. You know, I need everyone to understand that life is beautiful. Times are tough, but you are tougher, especially when you understand something's not right about yourself. Know that. As a black woman, a mother, I'm strong. But even now, I'm like, oh, I need a break, Lord, I need some time off, And life doesn't work like that. But however, I have a major support team, and if I need a couple hours to myself, just to take a nap or anything like that, so you won't get to try to have that support, or try to ask, or have somebody that you trust, or whatever. If you need time to yourself, um, take it. Take time to yourself. As some of us are parents, and it's not always easy. However, if you have somebody that you can trust to speak with, like, hey, I feel like I'm about to have a breakdown, or let them know. And it's real. And I hope, um, I consider, getting help when I did, I consider it a blessing. I consider it a blessing, and I consider myself to be stronger for it because now, just to piggyback, I did end up taking medicine and everything at that time, but I'm very happy to say it's been 6 years. I haven't taken anything. There has been no, 7 years. I'm sure I'm 27 now. Oh God. It's been 7 years since I've been on medication, and I just wanted to express that, and get real and very vulnerable and open because this show is all about that, and I really appreciate you all for taking the time out to listen to me today. Um, you know, I contemplate like, oh, I got a show set up. I got a little script with it. We're gonna go over these little bullet points and everything. And I'm just sitting here talking. I'm just like, you know what? Because I felt like I wasn't being real, and that's what I would keep saying. Oh, well, let's be real. Let's, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here. Oh, blacks are 20% more likely. Da 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 da. And I'm like, you know what? Let me cut the bull. And hey, look, I went through it. I attempted to hang myself when I was 12. I dealt with that. I was admitted to a psychiatric ward for 7 days, and at that age, I was lost. I was there because they considered it to be like we were. I was there with people who were like they considered 21 to be like it was like from 10 to 21. I don't know why I was in there with older people at that age. You're 21. Why are you doing here? You know, um, it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. It was a different world. I was I would cry every day, but I got a chance to explore myself and why I was this way, and look for solutions. I can say this: if you are currently dealing with something, definitely try to seek out to your local mental health department or wherever you are. There's assistance everywhere. I think it's two. There's 211 and I think a 411 here in Cleveland. I know it's 211 if you need assistance in certain areas. But I know that it will be fine. You're gonna get through this. You must get through this. You are truly loved. You are truly brilliant. And if nobody else told you today those things that I'm telling you, and I need you to understand that. And I'm not just saying that to say it because there were certain times where somebody would say good morning to me and I wouldn't know them. And I'd be like, good morning. Like, oh, can you see me? You feel invisible. You feel like you're not even human. It's unbelievable of what, people with mental illness go through. And you're not crazy. There's a problem. You're just not feeling well. And I don't want that to be such a taboo, this to be such a taboo topic that we can't reach out to one another. And I appreciate your time. And like I said, I thank you again. And please follow me on Instagram and also the underscore culture now on Instagram, the Asia Towns on Instagram. And I look forward to having great shows. I need your feedback. I want your feedback. I want your love, and I want your support. Peace and blessings to the universe. Again, you're worth it. You're beautiful. You are worthy. You're amazing. You're a king and or a queen. Thank you again.